Great checking in once again. Let's get straight to it, man. Hopefully y'all are doing well on this Sunday night. I just wanted to do a quick live because there was something that I noticed last night when I was out and about. Um, it was this guy at the bar, and I could see that he was very persistent in his pursuit of this woman. And while she entertained it, you could tell that she was doing it for less than genuine reasons, right? It was clear that she wasn't really interested in him, but he was constantly, you know, trying to raise attraction from this woman by buying her drinks, by, asking her if she would like different things to eat because there was a menu for the kitchen, and you know she was clearly only entertaining him because he was pretty much facilitating her entire night at that point, which is kind of sad in itself that a man is out doing that for a woman that he doesn't even know. I still don't understand why men feel the need to leave their wallets. That's pretty sad and pathetic in my opinion. But I do understand that we're in a society where a lot of men don't really have any social skills. They don't really know how to talk to women, let alone they don't know how to actually attract women without needing to resort to leading with their wallet first. But the point of this video is the worst thing that a man can do when it comes to approaching a woman, when it comes to trying to get a woman's attention or trying to have that initial conversation with a woman, the worst thing that any man could do is play himself out of position. What do I mean when I say play yourself out of position? Well, it's pretty simple, Don't do anything that would be a deviation from how you normally operate in life. Anything that's a deviation from how you truly are as a human being, your actual values, the way you actually carry yourself. What would you normally be doing? If you're simply doing what you would normally be doing and you happen to be bringing a woman along for the ride, okay, that's perfectly fine. But when you start deviating from the course and you're doing all kinds of wild, lame shit just to get a woman's attention or to get her validation or to get her to spend time with you, to entertain you, anytime you're going outside of your normal wheelhouse, outside of your normal arena just to get a woman's attention, you're already hustling backwards. I think that's just a fact, and I think most men would agree with that, right? So once again, never play yourself out of position, guys, because that is pivotal. And a woman can tell when you are going above and beyond trying to impress her or trying to get her to spend more time with you, especially when it comes to like a nightclub situation. You're at the bar, you see this woman that you perceive to be extremely attractive, and you go over to her. The first thing out your mouth, if you're lame, the first thing out your mouth is probably something along the lines of, "Hey, how you doing? You're beautiful. Can I buy you a drink?" Some lame shit like that. And when a man goes up to a woman, approaches a woman like that, and those are the first words out of his mouth, that woman feels like she's out fishing and she got a live one. She's like, "Oh shit, got me a live one. Got me a simp ass nigga off top. Already offering to buy me a drink. I haven't even told him my name yet. And he's already on me asking to buy me a drink. I wonder what else I can get out of this lane. Let me go ahead and spin his ass like a goddamn top." Because that's what's going to happen. That is what's going to happen. I think any man, who the fuck did somebody call me LeBron James? You tried me, bro. All right, that's some foul ass shit. I look way better than LeBron. Get the fuck out of here, man. But back to what I was saying. When a woman initially sees you, she sees you approaching, then she's just waiting for that initial approach, and you're saying already, "Can I buy you a drink?" In her head, she's thinking, "Okay, I think I have a beta male provider on my hands here. Let me see, how can I utilize this to its greatest powers?" Okay, first and foremost, I'm going to take advantage of him. I'm going to get as many drinks as I can. And if I came with my homegirls, I'm going to get this lame ass nigga to also buy them drinks as well. So we can all have an outstanding night on his dime. And it happens time and time again, regardless of where you're at. Just watch. Just look. Just look at the man who doesn't really have any confidence in himself, but he is depending on his financial status or perhaps his career or what things he's able to do from a monetary standpoint for a woman. You can look around. It's easy to identify because he doesn't really carry himself with confidence. His only confidence comes from what he may be able to do for a woman. That is the ultimate meaning of playing yourself out of position. All right. This is an old school term, by the way, guys. Now, mind you, I'm 39. I'm 39. Some of y'all might be younger than me, but back in the 90s, when I was growing up, it was a term that we used a lot whenever it came to trying to holler at a woman and putting on a facade just to get her attention, just to get her to validate you as a man. Just like in football, yes, all right. So in football, I played free safety, right? Just to take it back, I played free safety in high school. I was damn good too, by the way. As a free safety, you are the last line of defense on the defense, right? It is your responsibility in run support and in pass coverage. In pass coverage, it is my job to make sure that nobody gets behind me. And in run support, I am the last line of defense. I cannot play myself out of position. I have to take the right angle in order to execute when it comes to being a free safety. In order to execute and run support, I have to take the right angle. It's the exact same way when it comes to dating, when it comes to approaching women, when it comes to dealing with women. You have to take the right angle. And the wrong angle is leading with your wallet. Leading with your wallet. Using pickup lines. Turning into a fucking dancing bear in the circus. Being a clown. Being extremely excessively goofy when you talk to a woman, trying to make her laugh. Now, don't get me wrong. Women love to laugh, but they like laughing at dudes that are actually genuinely funny. They don't like guys who are actually trying to be funny. You get it? Think about Kevin Hart at the beginning of his career versus Kevin Hart now. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to stand-up. Remember how Kevin Hart used to be genuinely funny on like his first few specials, like Seriously Funny and I'm a Grown Little Man. He was naturally funny. But once he started trying to be funny, once he actually became a megastar, all of a sudden that allure wore off, right? It wasn't the same. It's the exact same way with women, guys. You have to just be your natural self. Hopefully you're a naturally charismatic guy. If that's the case, you're going to be able to make women laugh just by being yourself. You don't have to play yourself out of position in order to make them laugh or to try to make them comfortable. It's all about having a natural, organic flow in conversation with a woman. And she can tell when you are actually being yourself, and she can tell when you're giving her a representative. And usually when a woman can tell that a man is putting on a facade and giving her a representative, that's when she has no incentive other than to just go ahead and take advantage of you for your resources. If you're gonna be anything less than a genuine version of yourself, then why wouldn't I just spin you like a goddamn top? Of course, that makes sense, right? You can't get mad at women for being women. They're gonna take advantage of a man who overextends himself. And when you're coming out hot, you're coming in hot, so to speak, from the gate, and you think that just in order to get this woman to have a conversation with me, I have to buy her a drink. Man, you're already operating from a position of no leverage. And you want to have all the leverage you possibly can as a man. That's why when it comes to approaching any woman, whether it be at a nightclub or a bar or any kind of nighttime venue, or whether you're just out in the world, simple is best. Keep it simple. Simple and to the point. You want a woman to actually genuinely be interested in you, right? As a person. You don't want her to be interested in what you can do for her. Maybe down the line, if you actually care about her, then you'll actually want to do some things for her. But when you initially meet a woman, the last thing that should be in her head is, what could I use this lame ass dude for? Should I go ahead and just play this game as if I actually care about what we're talking about? Or should I just get a couple drinks and then move on to that guy across the room that I'm actually interested in? Because you better believe, just the way that their minds are always working, the gears are always turning, yours should be the same way. Yours should be the same way. You have to set yourself up for success when it comes to women, man, because women are extremely cunning. I mean, they know how to play the game way better than most men. And what's worse is that they don't really have to do anything. They don't really have to bring any intrinsic value to the table because, generally speaking, if you're a masculine man, you're going to do most of the hunting, right? Now, don't get me wrong. Attractive men do get hit on by women all the time. You guys wouldn't believe just how many women last night sexually assaulted me. You know, it's amazing the thing that we as men let slide in like nightclubs or any social settings. Women think that they just have open license and they just have open agency to just touch a man anywhere they want to, any way that they want to. They can just pretty much just grab all on you, and it's supposed to be cool as men. We're supposed to just accept that and let it go. It doesn't bother me. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gay. It don't bother me as long as the woman's attractive. But at the same time, it just makes you sit back and think like, damn, Women get away with so much that men cannot get away with. You know, like if we just go up to a woman who's stacked from top to bottom, fat ass, small waist, big ass titties, and we just start groping all over her, we're looked at as creeps. We can't do that. But women, you know, they just have the luxury of doing whatever the fuck they want to men, especially in like a lounge or a nightclub when you're in close quarters. They can just come up to you and rub all over your body, grabbing all on my arms, grabbing my dick, bro. Like these these bitches are bold out here. They really are. Anyways, man, I'm getting off on a tangent here, but you get it. Any of y'all that are really outside for real, you know exactly what I'm talking about, man. And I think that it comes with experience, guys. If you're out there actually in the field, so to speak, and you're used to actually hunting, and I use that word very loosely, but I'm just saying, a masculine man should know how to hunt and fish when it comes to the sexual marketplace. You should know how to effectively approach women, attract women, and retain women so that you can actually put together a rotation if you're a single man, or if you're a guy who's looking more so for a serious situation. You should be able to know how to attract the type of woman that you want. It all obviously starts with self-development in yourself. That's always going to be paramount and most important. But what comes after the self-development, when it comes to the physical standpoint, is being able to have the interpersonal skills and the knowledge of how to speak to women, how to actually build that raw animal magnetism that makes a woman really start falling for you just from your aura alone. Because if you talk to a woman the right way and you make her feel a certain way, man, you are really you're starting off on third base. Seriously. Because it's all about how you make a woman feel when she interacts with you. When you're initially approaching her and you're staring her deep in the eyes and you're telling her some slick ass player shit, you know, and you can tell she's eating it up. She's giving you all those indicators of interest while she's looking at you. She's flicking her hair. She's giving you the touch, you know, breaking the touch barrier. You know when you got a bitch locked in, right? You know it. It's an amazing feeling when you actually have gained that mastery as a man to know how to deal with women. And the best part about it is that you don't have to do anything that's not natural because you're being yourself. And a lot of times we're able to be ourselves when we're at complete ease, when we're comfortable. And I know that some guys are just so socially awkward that they just can't get comfortable with talking to a woman. I mean, just talking to a woman. That gives some guys like night terrors. Just thinking about, man, how do you talk to a woman? What am I supposed to say? What kind of pickup line am I supposed to use when I go up to a girl? Well, that's the problem. If you're thinking about all of these extra fraudulent things that you're supposed to do that aren't actually like your core personality, then you're already hustling backwards. You have to be yourself, guys. And I promise you, you do not have to go outside the baseline as far as doing anything that is like what should I say? Anything that is excessive from an effort standpoint, because the most I don't want to say that. I was going to say like it doesn't take much effort in order to actually. It doesn't though. It really doesn't. Really, when you really think about it, it doesn't take a lot of effort in order to have a productive, interesting, stimulating conversation with a woman. As long as y'all are both actually attracted to each other and you actually make a strong approach, that in itself is the key though, the strong approach, right? I think most people would agree with that. Wouldn't most people agree with that? And I think most women would agree with that. It's not necessarily what the man says, it's just how he approaches her. Don't show any kind of nervousness, don't show any nerves. Just go up to the woman, approach her, just say hello. Just say hello. Hey, my name's such and such. What's your name? I noticed you from across the room. You really caught my eye. I just want to come introduce myself. It's that simple. It really is that simple. Like, as long as you're not stumbling over yourself, like my name is oh man, I really don't do this often. That's the worst thing to say as well. Don't ever tell a woman, I don't usually do this. You know, I don't really get out much. Don't ever operate from a standpoint or a perspective of low value. That's a big mistake in itself, right, guys? Anytime you're already telling a woman that, oh, well, I don't really get out much or I don't really deal with many women, she's already lowering her overall perception of you as a man. Like, damn, I already know this dude's a loser. Okay, well, what else is he going to say? Is he at least going to buy me a drink? Is he going to do something for me? Is he gonna do something for me? Oh man. But they say, yeah, yeah, absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Kurt. They want guys to simp. They want guys to simp. But here's the thing: just as much as women want men to simp, when they come across a guy who they find attractive, who is completely contrary to that mindset of being a simp, that actually raises their attraction towards that man. That's the man that they actually might want to be serious with. Oh damn! So he actually came up to me. He didn't even ask to buy me a drink, like, or sometimes they'll hint at you buying them a drink, be like, "So you gonna buy me a drink?" And I just be like, "No, why would I buy you a drink? I'm just trying to get to know you better. If I need to buy you a drink just in order for us to converse and to get to know each other better, then you're not someone I would ever want to deal with to begin with." And when you put them back in their place, it makes them feel like, damn, he understands the game. Shit. Okay, I like that. I like a man. They like a man who is actually going to maintain frame and not just go with anything. Not just go along to get along. Because at the end of the day, guys, I think we could all agree, whether you're a man or a woman, you want someone who's actually genuinely interested in you, right? You don't want somebody who has an ulterior motive and only wants to deal with you for one thing. Even though, from a man's standpoint, it's a little bit different, right? Because every man wants to smash. And women know that all men want to smash. So let's get that out. Let's just get that out the way. That don't even need to be an elephant in the room. All men want to smash attractive women. We see a girl that we're attracted to, we want to smash. But the thing is that our only incentive to talk to her? No. Is that the only reason we want to talk to a woman? No. Especially if you're like well adjusted. Let's say you fuck them all, right? Because that's really how I feel. I feel like I just smashed so many chicks. I done fucked them all. Once you've had so much sex in your life as a man, sex stops being the primary motivator. I know some of you guys probably can't relate to that yet because you're like, damn, what do you mean? All I want to do is fuck bitches all day. I get it. I get it. Some guys are still in that mode, but me, man, I don't know. Sex is always going to be enjoyable, of course, but as far as being the primary motivating factor, that's just not where I am anymore as a man. You know, I'm looking for substance in a woman now. So that's why I'm extremely picky at this point in my life. But when I was younger though, bruh, man, it was just a matter of how many I could run through. How many bad ones can I run through in a given year? I used to keep a list, right? I used to keep a list. Like, let's have an immature talk, right? Let's have a young, immature talk. I used to keep a list of every woman that I had sex with, right? And, man, this is crazy. I used to keep a list. Did anybody else do that? All right. Well, let me see your biceps and coke. Yeah, well, that's what they say, man. Yeah, I mean, hey, it all works together, Peter. It all works together, bro. Like, true. Very true, man. Like, the smile, like, things that I kind of take for granted. Women love a man with a nice smile. They do. That's a fact. And it's like, I honestly forget the fact that I do have a very nice smile, but it's just one of those things. Everybody has their points of leverage, though. Everybody who takes good care of themselves, who's actually on their purpose, working on themselves, you have to really accentuate your points of leverage, man. Because I know my points of leverage, personally speaking. I think I'm a good-looking guy. I have a good smile. I have muscles. I'm an intellectual. I can pretty much have a stimulating conversation with damn near anybody, regardless of what walk of life they're from. So that goes. I know what my points of leverage are. Just so happens I feel like I have quite a few. And who knows? Some of you guys probably do as well, man. You have to accentuate the things that separate you from the rest of the guys in a given venue, right? So me personally, when I walk into a venue, there's going to be other guys who are good looking, that have nice smiles. But one thing that generally always sets me apart is the fact that I am an extremely well-dressed man. I always smell great. And I'm muscular. I'm in really great shape. So seeing as a lot of guys are sloppy, out of shape, I always take advantage of that particular piece. So I always dress really nice, have my shirt tucked in, nice designer belt, nice slacks, shoes. I'm always one of the best dressed. If not the best dressed man at any venue I walk in, I'm always one of the best dressed. And that's just one of the things that I hold myself to a higher standard, because anywhere you go, one of the surefire ways to stand out is to dress better than the majority. All right, let me see if I'm getting this point across. Let's say we're at a regular nightclub, right? We're at a regular just a regular nightclub, which I don't really go to. I go to more so lounges, more grown and sophisticated. But in a place where it's just a lounge, most people are just wearing like jeans and t-shirts, you know, just wearing like whatever, just a night out on the town. Me, I always take it up a step higher. I always have a standard in my head. I hold myself to my own standard. And that has always worked for me. Because when you hold yourself to a higher standard, women notice that. You stick out like a sore thumb. You stick out like a sore thumb in the crowd when you are an extremely well-dressed man in a room full of dudes that are just dressed casual. You just stand out and it separates you. It differentiates yourself from the rest of the men in that crowd. So that's one thing that a point of leverage that I always take advantage of. Now, sometimes there's other well-dressed men, but I don't think they really got that total package working like I got. I got everything working, baby. That's just me though. But I forgot where I was even at before that. But I was just saying, basically, and I will wrap this up because damn, I ain't intended for this video to be this long. I just want to get back to my original point that when it comes to dealing with women, at the end of the day, you never want to play yourself out of position, and you never want to get to the point where you're actually doing all of these things that are outside of your normal personality, outside of your normal purview as a man, just to get her attraction or to try to increase attraction, because you're never going to increase a woman's true, genuine attraction towards you by spending more money on her, by doing things that aren't naturally indicative of your personality, things that don't actually correlate to who you are as a person. If you actually had to do all these things that are outside of your normal scope just to try to get a woman's attention or to try to raise her value or to obtain validation from her, it's just never going to work, guys. You're always going to fail, and you're never going to raise a woman's attraction, because ultimately attraction is something that should come naturally. It should be genuine. It should be innate in both of you. When you spark, when you meet that person, do you feel that spark? If you don't, then keep it moving. Or better yet, more importantly, if you can tell that she does not feel that spark when she's looking at you, save yourself some time, some heartache, and frustration, and just keep it moving, bro. Seriously. Seriously, man. I mean, there's just way too many women out here to be wasting time or resources on someone who's not genuinely interested in you. That's just the way I feel. Just the way I feel. Shit, I don't know what you talking about, man. What about the idea of reincarnation? Well, wait a minute. Are you asking me if I believe in the concept of reincarnation? Because that's a whole nother conversation, Peter. That's a whole nother topic, bro. I might get into that one day though, because it's very interesting. That's more so, if I believe that's more so skewed towards the, I want to say Hindu belief system, but that'll be another video, man. But just back to what I was saying, guys. When it comes to women, never play yourself out of position. Always stay true to yourself. It's that simple. If you stay within that framework, you continue to work on yourself, building yourself into the very best version of yourself. Keep sharpening up your interpersonal skills and your actual conversational skills for talking to women. Always go out there and approach all the women you actually find yourself interested in. Don't wait for the low-hanging fruit to come to you. Go hunt. Go find that woman that you actually want to talk to and approach her, open the conversation, and see what happens. Just don't play yourself out of position in the process of doing that, though. That's it. That's it. And that's where I'm going to leave it at for tonight, guys. I hope you got some value from this video. I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace.